So today's project is about the hospitality management. Here we are going to study the data of a particular hotel management chain who have their multiple hotels located at multiple areas. So let's start. Also, the zip file of this project will be mentioned in the description or comments below. Okay, so let's start. This is the dashboard which I made. I know this is not a very advanced dashboard, but at the initial stages, this dashboard can give very important informations for an hotel management chain. I also made a PPT PowerPoint presentation of this project which basically shows the points which I need to cover in this video presentation. Yeah. So as you can see, this is my second project on data analysis, but keeping in mind this is my first project which I made completely on Power BI with zero to hero. What was the challenge of this project? Provide insights to the revenue team in the hospitality domain. Okay, it just says that there is a hotel management chain which wants to improve their revenue through learning their data. Okay, we will help them to get the meaningful insights from their data. Okay. So the next page shows our key element. These are the key elements which we took from a professional which works in OYO hotel chains. There are 5 trends which we need to include in our dashboard, which is revenue, occupancy and average ratings. Those are really common things which we include. Second is RevPAR. RevPAR is revenue per available room. Okay, we have formulas for that given by the specialists. Also, ADR, average daily rate, DSRN, daily sellable room nights, and trends by the week. Okay, as you can see, there are mainly 4 steps to making a dashboard. First step will be importing our data source. So once we import the data, we need to clean the data. Power Query helps us to manipulate the data, where we clean the data, remove the null files, and basically all things which come under data cleaning. The third step will be data modeling. Now, what is data modeling? It is something which helps us to join multiple tables in the data. For example, primary keys in SQL. Okay, so like primary keys in SQL join the data, establish the relationship between the tables. Similarly, data modeling helps us to establish the relationship between tables. Here again you can see I showed what my architecture was like in data modeling. Once our data modeling was done, it was time for us to create important measures which were given by the professional to us. For example, ADR, average rating, DBRN, and etc. So on the right corner you can see we made a specific folder kind of thing with name key measure, which includes almost all the formulas which we made by typing the formulas. Okay, formulas, for example, you can see in the left we have ADR, which is equal to revenue divided by total bookings. Okay, so for ADR, the syntax for the formula will be divide revenue, total books, and point of decimals we want. So let's dive to our dashboard. Okay, so this is our dashboard. So as we can see, we have multiple items which we presented in our dashboard. First and most important part of this dashboard is filters. Filters are very important if we need to understand the data from different perspectives. Okay, so here we can see filter by city as the first filter, where we can see the data according to the city, where we can see the change in the data according to the city we choose. Okay, and once we deselect these cities, we can see the data which are from all cities. Second filter, it is filter room type. So there are multiple room class. There were 4 major classes: elite, premium, presidential, and standard. So also we can see the data, revenue and almost everything based on the types of room, class of the room. For example, elite, premium, residential and standard. Okay, and again once we deselect, we see the complete data. Okay, next most important filter for this particular dashboard was the month filter, because we need to see the trends of the data according to each month or each week. Okay, as you can see, we have data of 1 year, that is 2022, and in 2022 we have data of 12 months. So if we want, we can see the data of January, February, March, April, May and so on. And once we deselect, again we can see the data of each year. Next most important thing which we included was tooltips. Okay, so tooltips, here we can see we inserted our tooltips in revenue, realization, ADR, RevPAR, occupancy and DSRN, which give the whole insights of particular element from months to months. Okay, for example, here if we see revenue, we can see the trends of the revenue from week 1 to week 28. So it helps us to know the trends, actually what data tells us to improve in ourselves and our sales team. Okay, so overall in this dashboard, I will list down some most important things which we included. First was filters. Okay, second was the terms which we took from a professional, for example revenue, realization, ADR, RevPAR, occupancy, TSRN and etc. Then we have revenue trends according to the booking platforms and weeks. So these are three main things which we included in this dashboard. So in short, we had filters, we had terms which we made by using formulas, and also attached tooltips to it to know the trends by week. And also we had a good aesthetic, make an interesting and readable dashboard. So thank you viewers for seeing my dashboard, and I would love to get the suggestions and things which I should improve in my dashboard in my next project. See you. Bye.